Hello, my neighbors on Rich Kids Island. Welcome to our space and to episode 20 in season 2 of the Hot Money Talks podcast. My name is Christine Ishampepe, the money mechanic, and I help you fix your finances. I am on a mission to equip Africa's younger population with adequate financial literacy, advice, and strategy so they can journey to financial freedom and live life purposefully on their own terms and to the fullest, because money is no more a barrier. I want you to live your best life. The Hot Money Talks podcast is a series of honest, open, and transparent money conversations that will guide you on your journey to financial freedom. Here on the podcast, we believe 100% that financial freedom is possible with the right set of knowledge, the right amount of time, and the right circle of people. Today I'm recording on a Tuesday and I can't even shout because this phase of life called adulthood, wow. But we move. I know that it has been a bit, since I last released an episode, and I am truly sorry. I will most definitely do better. How are you? I hope you're fine. I hope you are staying positive amidst everything that has been going on. Are you thriving? I know it isn't the easiest of times right now, but I want you to know that every storm runs out of rain. We will be fine. Okay? So on today's episode, I would like to share with you 9 smart money moves for building lasting wealth. Now, you may have heard of secrets to financial success, which are high sounding and highly sophisticated. But the truth is that the most financially successful people around you are using the same old rules to build wealth. Now, here are some smart money moves that can help you build wealth in today's world. The first smart money move is to live below your means. In other words, cut your coat according to your material, not even according to your size, because sometimes your appetite is more than your pocket. Do you agree? Now, what wealthy people don't do is that they don't spend carelessly. They understand the importance of budgeting and controlling their expenses. They also understand the importance of avoiding lifestyle creep. Now, lifestyle creep, also known as lifestyle inflation, is when you increase your expenses or you increase your, level of living or your lifestyle simply because your income has increased. Now, I do plan to do an episode separately on lifestyle creep. But you see, the main thing you must understand here is that one way to build wealth is to live below your means. So just because you can pay or you have money to pay for food every day, that's to eat out every day, does not mean that you should do that. Okay? Because what you're doing is setting yourself up to fail. If you spend all of your money paying for, paying to eat out, essentially, you may be able to afford it, fine and good, but then you're doing that at the expense of the much bigger financial goals that you should be focused on. The second smart money move is to have a clear savings plan. Now, your savings plan should include what you're saving for, how long you want to save for, and how much you want to save at intervals. Are you going to save monthly, weekly, or daily? Your goal must be smart, right? And we all know that smart goals are goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. I can't even talk about this enough. The importance of ensuring that your goals are smart. I believe that when you set smart goals, right, you make it more actionable in nature, right? So many times we say, we want to save at the beginning of the year. I think all of us have that goal at the beginning of the year where we tell ourselves that this is the year I'm going to save. This is the year I'm going to save. It doesn't just stop at saying that this is the year you are going to save. It is highly important that you are able to have a strategy, that you are able to have a plan. Because, like they say, a goal without a plan is just what? A wish. So if you want to be able to save, then you must have a plan, a very clear plan. Okay, so It may be as simple as I want to save 60,000 naira in this year, right? And I want to be able to do it over a period of 12 months. So what I'm going to do is simple. I'm going to be saving 5,000 naira at the end of the month. By the time you save 5,000 naira every month for 12 months, you will see that in December, you're smiling because you have 60,000 naira saved up. So make sure that your savings plan is very, very clear so that you can act on it, and also so that if someone wants to keep you accountable, right, it makes it easy for them to keep you accountable because your plan is clear. The third smart money move is to reduce debts. Reduce debts by avoiding bad debt. Now, what is bad debt? Bad debt is when you borrow money to fund your lifestyle or to live a fake life, right? Or, you borrow money and really, it could really be for an emergency, right? But usually with bad debts, right, you don't even have a clear plan to pay back. And the crazy thing about bad debt is that it slows you down. It really, really slows you down on your journey to financial freedom. Now, speaking of bad debts, right, when we say something is bad, it means that there's a good part, right? So there is good debt, but my focus is on reducing bad debts, because many times, right, if not all of the times, it is bad debt that is slowing us down. It is bad debt that is the cause of our wahala. So that is why it is important that you save, right? Because one great advantage of saving is that with saving, you are able to reduce your liabilities, right? So imagine you have an emergency fund. It means that when an emergency comes, you don't need to go and borrow money to handle the emergency. You can simply just dip into your emergency fund, handle the emergency, and move on without having to get into debt. The next smart money move is to focus on long-term investments. So this is where you need to be ready to invest steadily and patiently for the long time. Okay, for the long term. Now, quick gains are appealing, right? And it's great, right? If you find an investment that can give you quick gains, just make sure it's not a Ponzi scheme, sha. Quick gains can be appealing, but then the real magic happens when you allow your money grow over time, right? When you allow your money grow over time, when you allow compound interest take effect, right? So now, it is important that you learn. Focus on learning first, get knowledge, then invest, and then give it time to yield results. So one thing that, investments really leverage on is time. So if you're not a patient person, then you cannot invest. You have to allow it time. It's just like how you cannot rush an Iroko tree to grow. You have to give it time. So you must be ready to invest for the long term. And so if investment then needs the leverage of time, then that means that you should start investing early. Doesn't it make sense? Yes, it does. All right. Next smart money move. Diversify times 3. In other words, diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay. A wise investor spreads their investments across different asset classes so that they can mitigate risk and they can also earn from various sources. A scripture in Ecclesiastes that I really like says, cast your bread among the waters. And in a few days, you will find it, right? And if you read this scripture in other versions, you would see some versions say, diversify your investments in different places. Okay. So in other words, don't pack all your money and put into one investment because they said it's surely going to give you a particular return. Diversify. It is a very, very wise strategy that investors over the centuries have used to grow their investments. Then, next smart money move is protect your wealth with insurance. Now, I know that insurance isn't a very common topic, right, among Nigerians or Africans. But the truth is that building wealth is only one thing, right? As you make progress, you need to make sure you protect your hard-earned money as well. So invest in health, insurance, property insurance, car insurance, life insurance, whatever insurance you can pay for. See insurance as an investment. Okay, I remember talking about this somewhere. I can't remember where, but one of the lessons we learned from that conversation is that you insure what you value. And so, as much as is possible, invest in insurance. Protect your wealth with insurance. Next smart money move. Don't spend all the free money you get. So in Nigeria, we refer to this as money that they dash you, Abi. So now, most of us here, when we get money that has been dashed to us, we immediately squander it because it's just like we didn't work for it. It's free money. Oh, my payday has come. My lucky day has come. No, when you get money like that, spend some and save some. In fact, if possible, save everything. Yes. Because were you expecting that money? No, you were not. Now it has come. All of a sudden, you've generated a whole list of things that you want to do with the money. Save money that you are giving for free, right? You can get, something nice for yourself, but ensure that you save a part of it. Very, very important. Okay, next smart money move. Have multiple sources of income. Because Nigeria alone, no grief for anybody. Having more than one source of income is a very important strategy for wealth building because it allows you to have income to take care of your needs and still have something left over to save and, most importantly, to invest. If you have only one source of income, you are putting too much pressure on that source of income. And remember that you can lose your job at any time. So multiple sources of income is the goal now. Okay, so if you just have one source of income now, you are living a very risky life on a very serious note because that source of income, it can fail at any time, right? What do you have to fall back on? I would always give this analogy, right? So imagine your life is a Now, close your eyes and imagine with me, right? There's a table on your left, right? Table with one leg. And then there's a table on the right with 4 legs. Now, let's assume that the table with one leg is a person who has only one source of income. So something may happen, they may lose their source of income, and then that leg gets cut off and the whole table collapses. Now, the second table. This table has 4 legs, right? And which represents, let's say, 4 sources of income. If the first source of income is cut off, the table will wobble, but it won't collapse entirely because it has 3 other legs to support it. My question to you is, what table are you? Yeah, think on it. And the final smart money move to build wealth is to find your community. This is the final piece of the puzzle, community. So who are your friends? Who is in your network? The rich stay rich because they share opportunities within themselves. They partner with themselves, and in fact, they marry themselves. Yeah. True but hard fact. Hard but true fact. Any way you like to put it. So who is in your life? Associate with those who are on the same journey as you are. Very and highly important. It is said that your network equals your net worth, right? So who is in your life? Ensure that the people that you are associating with are spurring you on your journey to financial freedom. So I've shared a list of 9 smart money moves, right, that I believe can help you build wealth in today's world. Do you think I've missed out on anything, right? The comment section is open. Feel free to share with me, if I missed out on anything. Thank you for listening to today's episode of the Hot Money Talks podcast. If you have listened to this point, then it means you have gotten value. Don't keep it to yourself. Go ahead and share the link to this episode with someone you want to see win with their finances in this year and beyond. It would mean the world to me if you took a few minutes to leave me a review in the comment section of this podcast so that others can see your endorsement and join the community of listeners who enjoy this podcast. Don't forget that new episodes of the Hot Money Talks podcast drop every week, and you can listen to them on your favorite podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Subscribe and follow the show on either of these platforms so that you are notified whenever an episode is released. Recommendations are powerful, so please tell your friends and family about this podcast so that we can go on this journey together. To connect with me on other platforms, do well to follow The Money Mechanic at The Money Mechanic page on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I hope most importantly that you will take action on your finances today. Sending you love, light, and a sprinkle of money in between.